Hello everyone, and welcome back to Smart Creations. So this is the start of a new series that is called Science Stories. Now the reason it's called that is I'm going to be telling you about a story that has something to do with science, and then I'm going to show you a project or an experiment. This time we're doing both. That's about the story. So today's is going to be all about water and simple machines. So this story is going to be about Archimedes. So the king of Sicily had a problem. He had just received a golden crown that was supposed to be made of pure gold. But the king was worried. He didn't think that the person who made his crown was trustworthy. He didn't think that it was actually real gold. So he told Archimedes he had a few days to figure out if it was real gold or not. And Archimedes had to think, so he took a bath. And then when he stepped into the bath and sat down, he realized something very peculiar. So, lift up your sleeves and fill a container like this with water, and then I'm going to have you stick your hand in, but don't do it yet. First, predict what's going to happen. If you said the water will rise, you are absolutely correct. Watch. It just rose. So it's there. If I actually, just for reference, if I put this right here, it's there. It just rose. You can now actually figure out the volume of my hand for that. Let's do an experiment. So I have a hairbrush. And I have a book. The book, we can figure out the volume simply with the ruler. You do the height times the length times the width times the width. It's actually quite simple. But then, what about this? How are you going to figure out the volume of this hairbrush? Let's see. Right now, our water is at about 1.5 inches. But if I put this in, and now it is at about 1 3/4. That means that if you actually knew the volume of this tub and how much had water in it, you could figure out what's the volume of this. This is called water displacement. And who was the first to discover this? After taking a bath? Archimedes. He was in this bath. He stepped in and he realized the water rose. He figured out that could show the volume of him. He shouted, "Eureka!" and then jumped out of the bath and ran through the streets to tell the king. But he was so excited, he forgot to put on clothes, as the myth goes. So, naked Archimedes is running through the street to the king. He shows up to the king, very confused, and he explains to him his idea. So, what is his idea? He was going to take definitely real gold and the crown, and he was going to see if they had the same amount of water displacement as each other. If they didn't, they would know that the crown was fake. And what would you know it? They did the experiment and the crown was fake. Now, that is the first story of Archimedes, and now our second story, which will involve a project. I'm gonna take this away. I'll be right back. So I'm back. Now for the project. One more story. So back then, they didn't have the same technology we had. And the Roman army was growing, and they wanted to conquer the whole world. So they came to Sicily, a tiny island that had great power. Why? Because of Archimedes. Now, the Romans didn't care, and they didn't believe that he was so smart, so they came to Sicily. Now, Sicily was surrounded by these big walls, and they knew, and the people of Sicily knew, that the Romans would have to climb them. So, and they also knew that the Romans would try to do it at night, so they had to sleep during the day. When they were sleeping during the day, one of Archimedes' most famous inventions, took care of the Romans. How? So they had these big warships that were so hard to destroy, but Archimedes figured out how. So simple machines are machines that have normally moving parts that'll make work easier. So he used a lever combined with a pulley. We're only going to use a pulley for this. So you're going to need, for this experiment, you will need a big thick book. Okay. You're going to need some yarn, string. You're going to need scissors, glue, tape, and 3 popsicle sticks. So, and you need an empty tissue box and a hair clip. Now, the reason I don't have them is because I already used them for my example, which I'm going to just show you how to assemble this now, and then I'm going to show you the actual finished example. So, the first to do is you want to take care of these popsicle sticks. You want to put some glue on the end. You want to put some glue on the ends so they're all attached together. Okay, hey guys, welcome back. So, what you should have is something looking like this. And now, I'm going to cut some string about this length. And then, I'm going to take one of the ends, and I'm going to take this tape. Then, tape it down. And there is, okay. Then, take your hair clip and then tie it to the end. And then you're gonna put it into you're gonna turn the empty tissue box over, cut a hole with your scissors, and then you can put it through. So now you should have something that looks like this, right? So our empty shoe box is going to represent our shape. This is what he did. I'm going to show you it from a different angle. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your book and then you're going to put it like this. I'm going to just put mine out a little bit like that. And then you want to put it down. So this is what they did. When the ships at night were like that, they pulled it up, and this is called the Archimedes claw. They pulled it up using a lever, and then they broke it, and the ships fell into the sea, either being broken on sharp rocks or sinking. And that is how Sicily beat the Roman army using science. 3, 2, 1.